welcome to today's live. Happy Monday. I'm the Urban Seer, your guide to love, destiny and manifesting the life you desire, and I hope you're all doing well. And if not, maybe this space can bring you some peace, some clarity and comfort. I hope so. And I hope everyone's doing okay after the eclipse. Please do let me know if you felt those vibes, how that energy affected you, if you use that chance to reaffirm your manifestations. Let me know if you did anything, felt anything. But let's take a breath today. Grab a drink. I have my tea, and center yourself, and let's take this time to tune in. If you would like a free reading, as usual, just click the link in the pinned comment. If you're new here, there is a pinned comment in the with a link which will just ask you for your username and your light number, and a quick reminder of how I read. So I'm an energy reader here to bring clarity to your situation, so please do provide as much information, detail as you feel comfortable. It allows me to connect with your energy and anyone else in your situation. I don't do yes no questions, timelines or general readings. And just hold your question until you're called. And if you want to just check the guidelines, they're all in the chat in the Nightbot posts. I also, just before we get started, wanted to let everyone know about a new feature that's been posted from YouTube on the Urban Seer channel. That's called, it's available, I believe, only in the mobile app, YouTube mobile app. And if you hit, there will be a button that you should see on the homepage of the Urban Seer where it says View Community. And it's a new community page where you guys can also post, share what's on your mind, share something, what you're experiencing with the community, maybe a post even that you've seen elsewhere about, you know, upcoming mystical events. It's kind of like a forum space for the community, so that's really exciting. And please feel free to go ahead and post. Like I say, what's on your mind, on your hearts, about tarot, about your spiritual journey, yeah? But let's get into it. I'm going to go over and grab the list. Hey, Sruthi, how are you? Lovely to see you. Hey, Crystal. I'm going to go over and grab the list. Yeah, I'm excited about that too. It's like it seems like an interesting feature that could be really useful for us to be able to connect as a community and continue to grow. Sruthi, my love, you are first, so please go ahead and post your question when you are ready. I'm using the Muse Tarot deck today. I'm glad you're well, Sruthi. And I got a chance to see the moon at its fullest here. So I'm like GMT, based in the UK, GMT time. It was around, and my mum actually got to see the eclipse happen, which was pretty amazing. It was around 9 p.m, 10 past 9 here in the UK. She saw the eclipse happen, which was pretty fantastic. And I was able to see the moon at its fullest at around, it was 10 p.m. It was still visible. Yeah, check it out, Shruti, and go ahead and post if you feel compelled to. But let's get into your question. So lately I've been feeling my grandma's presence at night since she passed. Can you help me understand why that might be happening, or what message she might be trying to send me? She passed away in 2019. Our bond was really strong, and she is the one who felt like my mother. Beautiful, and I'm sorry about her passing, Shruti. That must have been, I was so sad for a while after her death, yes, but now I feel a strong energy like she's near me. That's wonderful that you can feel that connection with her. So to let you know, so I don't connect with, it's not something that I really, how I read the tarot, connecting to those that have passed over, okay, directly communicate. But I can look at the energy around this, spiritual guidance for you about how to transmute this energy, understand this energy. So let's see what comes through. I mean, I believe that you can certainly, if you want to, Shruti, I don't know how much that you want to, or you can like intentionally, you know, be open to hearing more messages and getting more clarity. If that, I believe that that works and that understands, even if you can just do that as a daily practice to say, I am open, begin to speak back to your grandma's presence and let her and spirit know that you are open to receiving messages, communication, if you feel comfortable with that. No worries, Tia. I don't know how that's happened with regards to the list, but how beautiful. Major Arcana. So Shruti Spirit acknowledges that this is a big deal. Okay, Shruti, this is a Major Arcana. This is, in some ways, you know, it's kind of life-changing to be able to have this connection, maybe after a period of intense grief, when sometimes it's too much that we can't hear those that have passed. It's too painful, we're too, but like you say, now you have a bit more distance, there's that space, well, not distance, but time has passed. There's some kind of opening that's happening, literally an awakening. Now, there's a few messages here with this awakening card, Shruti. Look, this is so much you connecting to your grandma, yeah? The opportunity for healing here is immense. So to almost feel like you have a piece of your grandma come back to you. But I also think it's about an awakening in you about maybe your own psychic abilities. We all have this in us, some stronger than others. I don't know if you've had other experiences like this, but this is something that you can tap into and pursue more. Maybe it's about your overall spiritual journey, Shruti, about progressing and growing and opening up to living really in this kind of way. Yeah. And this is a huge part of that. So not only will you connect to your grandma more on a deeper level, and you can fine tune these messages and allow them to come in as much as you feel comfortable with, yeah. But it's also happening on a deeper level, that your spiritual, this is connected to your spiritual journey, being able to listen to your higher self, being able to listen to spirit and walk in that path, yeah? So what a beautiful message. I hope that resonates with you, that you say, yes, it feels like that. So it's your grandma almost opening this doorway for you to connect with her, but also to connect to a deepening of your own spiritual path, yeah? To connecting to spirit, to esoteric learnings, to, you know, different dimensions. It's a whole, this whole thing is like just opening up, yeah? And your heart space is opening up. Anything else, Spirit? One more. Beautiful. Muse of emotions, or King of Cups this is. So it's about letting down your barriers as well, Sruthi. So Cups is about matters of the heart. It's about softening as well into this. So that's your way into this, I believe, is softening your emotions, allowing yourself to cry if you feel emotions rise up. You know, don't push them down, allow them to flow. We need to get softer, get gentler in order to tune into spirit, in order to tune into loved ones passed over. Yeah. The King of Cups is also a caveat message of this way may well be an emotional journey as well, that things will come up, deep emotions will rise up. And the King of Cups is the master, really, of being able to feel their feelings and not be overwhelmed. So that's also a practice that you are learning, because that's mostly why people bury their feelings, is because when those big feelings come up, they struggle to not be overwhelmed and to manage those feelings, when really it's about staying centered, breathing through them, and kind of knowing that the intensity will pass. But it takes courage, it takes guts to really allow those big feelings to come up. Shruti says, yeah, I tend to push emotions down. So in order to kind of open this portal that is being offered to you, Shruti, this is part of it, yeah? This muse of emotions, this emotional journey. So try to, if you can, intentionally, just, even if you need to sort of take yourself away to be on your own, but to feel the feelings, yeah? If it's easier to be emotional or cry in private, just to, yeah, allow your heart to open. This will allow you to deepen this connection with your grandma and with spirit. Beautiful message. I hope that resonated for you, Shruti. So next up we have Kiki, my love, if you are here. I'm just going to refresh the list. Yes, try to feel those emotions, Shruti, and know when it's happening, when they come up, and it maybe will feel too much. Know that it will pass, you know, after a couple of hours even, or maybe sooner. That intensity does pass, does fade, and we can level out a bit more. Hey Crystal, are you... Oh, hey Danny baby. It's okay, Crystal, you are not, it's not your turn yet, so no rush. Hey Danny baby. Shruti says, thank you, Mum. Yes, it resonated very well. Thank you for giving me the clarity I needed. You are so welcome. Kiki, I'm not sure if Kiki's here. We have Kiki, and then we have Divine Timing. If you want to give me a shout, I mean, go ahead and post your question even, if you are here. I've just posted the list, Crystal, if you want to check, and we're just up to Kiki, so we've just started, but I'm not sure if she's here. Divine Timing, please go ahead and post. Or Anne Franklin, my love, if you are here. Hey JB, just click the link in the pinned comment if you'd like a reading. The list is still open. Yes, Danny, I see you. I'll update the list after the next couple of readings, but I can see that you are there. Now there's a few more people in the chat as well. I just wanted to let people know about a new feature that YouTube has put on the channel. If you are using the mobile app, I think most of you are use the mobile app to tune in. Or you can access it there. There is a community tab now where you guys can post, share your thoughts, feelings, your spiritual experience, obviously all around kind of our spiritual journey and tarot-based themes and what we do here. Or maybe if you're struggling and you're having a hard time and you'd like some advice or to share what's going on with you, it's almost like it's like a community forum. Please do feel free to head over, check that out. I'll obviously be sharing there too, but it gives you a chance to also share and we can have that kind of mutual exchange, which I think is quite exciting. Okay, Anne, my love, thank you. Anne Franklin said, I feel a strong connection with the person on my mind. What do I need to know about him in regards to love? Sure thing, Anne. Let's have a look. So, Spirit, please bring through a message for Anne and what she needs to know about this connection and this person's energy, maybe. Eight of Inspiration, Anne. So fiery, fast-moving emotions, passions. You know, inspiration is wands ruled by the element of fire. I feel like this is you and you're being drawn, towards this person. Just like you say, you feel that strong connection. And it feels like a magnetic pull is happening. Almost something instinctual or something connected to your higher self that is pulling you, towards this person, pulling you forward in this certain direction. Look, there's the blood moon as well that we've just had. So maybe that's helped amplify this. I don't know if you set an intention or manifestation during the blood moon. That just feels kind of poignant and relevant of what's going on for you. Can you tell me something about them, Spirit? So this is Anne, this is your energy. So I suppose what I think this is like, allow that to happen. Don't kind of resist that, yes? It's like there's a deep knowing in you that is pulling you in a direction. Something stronger than you, something not stronger than you, but something strong in you that has an understanding that maybe this is a karmic relationship, someone that you need to connect with, someone that is part of your life's path, yeah? Tell me about them, Spirit. Oh, we've just had this card come through and it's a beautiful card. So there is an awakening happening in them. Obviously, I don't know the ins and outs of this connection, Anne, about where you're at, about if you are dating, communicating, or maybe not even at that stage, maybe just in each other's energetic field. Tell what resonates, leave what doesn't, and apply it to your situation. But this awakening card is that there's something awakening in them. And isn't it interesting how there's this energetic pull there, and it is mirrored in them. So there is that same energetic pull that is mirrored in them. So they feel it too, yeah? That's what I feel like. They feel it too in their heart space, in their heart chakra. This is opening up. They are having, thoughts, feelings, kind of, it feels like something is opening up in their heart, opening up in their mind, perspective shifts maybe, all of that kind of energy, yeah? And again, in them, it feels like a similar kind of I don't often use this word, but like destined energy, Anne. So let me know if that resonates. And this is mirrored in both of you. You know, there are times in our life where we cross paths with these people where you may feel like you've met them before. If you believe in reincarnation, then you know we've met in lifetimes before. You can recognize this person, or even if you don't feel like you know them, there is a kind of an immediate strong connection and an understanding between you, and a kind of destined energy here. So nice, really nice. I hope that resonated. Powerful energy there. And so stay grounded, but also allow this to unfold. Okay, so next up we have Crystal, my love, if you are here. Thank you, Crystal. So Crystal asks, what are my ex Nixon's current energy, next actions or current feelings towards me? Being blocked and no contact. We really have unfinished business. I need closure. Will I ever get it? Let's have a look, Crystal. Let's have a look at Nixon's energy. In regards to you, in regards to this connection, where are they at? Nixon. Muse of inspiration. Well, this is King of Wands. So these emotions are still running high with them, okay? Despite this, because this gives us insight what's going on behind the scenes, okay? I'm so happy that you could make it here as well, Crystal. Thank you for being here. So, King of Inspiration is, you know, is fire, is high intensity, high emotions. There can be some anger here as well. Let me know if that resonates, as because I don't know obviously what, I know we've looked at Nixon before. I'm not sure exactly why this broke down again. Obviously you don't have to share that, but let me know if that resonates, that there's some frustration, there's some anger behind the scenes here with Nixon. And the King of Wands, okay, so when they're in their good self, like when they're thriving, say, they're very dynamic, they're great at making things happen, they are driven, they are fun to be around, okay? Inspiration being like that they can inspire those around them. But their shadow side is that they can be quite controlling, they get into like doing things their own way or no way, okay? Their way or the highway. Yes, he is very angry because how everything ended. Okay. Is there someone new? The cards might not tell us this. Let's have a look at his next actions. Ace of Materials. No, I don't. I feel like that because Materials, yeah, is is more like grounded energy. It's really can be about work, money, study, and that's kind of how they're trying to ground themselves and stay focused, maybe distract themselves. Crystal says, yes, he likes things his own way and he's very charming and driven. So driven. It's almost like I get this energy with this Ace of Materials as well. You see how this person has gone within. So yes, they have this anger. They have been stubborn. They are not ready to give. So remember, Crystal, this is current energies, okay? So things can change at any time. I don't see anyone else in the picture with this Ace of Materials and Eight of Materials. I feel like that they are focused and distracting themselves on work, like I say, work, studies, career, and trying to move that forward, improve their money, you know, focused on working hard. So that's how they're coping. One last one and then I'll move on, but just about any change or shift in them. Spirit sometimes just will not give us that glimpse into the future unless we need to know it, okay? No, so you're just gonna have to dig deep on this, Crystal, and stay strong, stay courageous, okay? Hold that vision if you want reconciliation, which I believe you do, or you want closure at the very least, yeah? Hold that space. Don't give up on that. It's okay to want that, to manifest that, to hold that, like I say, hold that vision. It's not that there's no emotions or connections towards you, Crystal. This is how they're coping, okay? So don't take this as a rejection, because we've just said there are so many emotions here. So that's your inner sort of saboteur and negativity speaking, Crystal, okay? There is so many emotions. There is frustration, there is anger. You know, the line between love and hate is the same line. You know what I mean? Like, if they really did not care, they wouldn't be you know, we spoke of high emotions running high. So go back, rewatch this reading, take in what's been said, okay? Because you're interpreting it through a negative lens here. But that's not what's been said. How they're coping, how they're dealing with this is burying themselves in work and focusing on that. So that's a good thing in a way of like, that's probably the best thing they could do. They're not burying their emotions in someone else. They aren't burying their emotions in drinking and partying. And your job in this is to tap into your strength and hold this space, okay? So I hope that resonated, Crystal. Tia B and my love, you are next. I'll do a list update actually now as well. Hey Nat Nat, I hope you're well. I'm glad that you could make it today. Yeah, that is hard, Crystal, but if you are manifesting, work on your manifestations, okay? Don't give that's just the anger, that's just a frustration. Just don't give that too much weight. You are going to have to be strong and you are going to have to be patient in order to get the closure or the reconciliation that you were seeking, okay? So that's what that strength card was about as well. Okay, Tia. Esther Pisces questioned my other dating options. We had a difficult but respectful convo on the matter. He also seems to have options. So have you both got options? Is that the deal? Are we not exclusive yet? Obviously only share what you feel comfortable with, dear. He expressed that he sees me as relationship material and he cares about me. What does he want with me? How does he truly feel? He's told you, Tia, he wants a relationship with you and he cares about you. But let's see what Spirit says. We aren't exclusive yet. It sounds to me, obviously I will read the cards, but it sounds to me that he's trying to edge towards asking you to be exclusive and maybe can't quite do it. Let me know if I've got that tone wrong of that, but from what you've said there. Hey Samri, my love. Okay, Tia. So what does the Pisces want? Muse of Voices, King of Swords. He wants clarity, Tia. That is a very strong message that I feel and that I heard, yeah? With this King of Swords, Muse of Voices, he wants clarity. He wants certainty. He wants to know. He's getting to that point where he wants to have a certain path forward. The Muse of Voices is connected to our truth, yeah? And doesn't want wishy-washy, doesn't want murkiness and no boundaries, you know? The Muse of Voices, the King of Swords, is all about this is how it is, this is the truth, I am connected and committed to my truth above all else, even if it's difficult, even if it hurts, I'm going to speak my truth, I'm going to be straight to the point. And what they want with you is clarity. So I'm wondering here if both of you, someone's too scared to make the first move of, I mean, maybe you don't want to be exclusive, Tia. I don't know, you know, that's the first question to ask as well. Like, what do you want? It's not just about what he wants, yeah? But he wants to know where he stands, and I think he feels like he doesn't know where he stands. So you're getting mixed messages here because he's saying, he's asking where you're at. He has said that he sees you as relationship material, but he hasn't maybe quite got the courage to really lay it out all on the table, because you say he seems to be okay with having options. I don't know why that feels that way, but so yeah, we need, someone has to make the first move, someone has to take the plunge. I don't know, like I say though, Tia, maybe you want to keep your options open. I'll pull another. Oh, this is like a collective energy card today. Awakening card, which is a major arcana. So I think it's kind of off the back of this eclipse energy as well, that it's bringing things to the surface, okay? It's bringing what has been hidden up to the surface. And move things forward, okay? And almost kind of force decisions, and we have to commit one way or the other. Tia says, I told him eventually I would like that exclusivity. Okay. So this is what is rising up in him again, Tia, as well. This kind of just reaffirms that I believe the need and the want to be exclusive is what they want, okay? They haven't maybe got to that point of fully expressing it, but I think the fact that you're having these conversations, and through what the cards have said, that this is how he's starting to feel. This is what is awakening in him, Tia, yeah? And he wants to get clear about this connection. And maybe you feel like it's because when you're not exclusive, you know, we're in a kind of grey area, and I think he doesn't want that. You think it's breaking up? Oh, sorry, not. I thought you meant that you and the Pisces are breaking up, the connection. Sorry, it's buffering there. Let me know. I'll just wait to see if it's righted itself. So just to recap, in case that cut out here, I believe that it's rising up in the Pisces that what he wants is exclusivity, okay? The heart chakra is opening. This connection is deepening. We are getting to that point. No, I said he does want exclusivity. Okay? He does want exclusivity. And the King of Swords, the Muse of Voices, wants clarity, wants things to be out in the open about what this is. They want the communication lines to be more open and clear, and kind of stop hiding behind saying what we really want. Oh. So Tia, you might have to watch this back if the connection was in and out there. Sorry guys about that. Samrin says it's working for her. I hope you got that, Tia. Like I say, you might have to go back and re-watch. Okay. Samri, my love, do you want to go ahead and post your question? Yeah. Hopefully, Tia, that will sorry about that. Hopefully that will have come through enough. Okay. I'll move on. Samreen. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's have a look at B's energy. Have things improved, Samreen, since, you know, that big bump in the road I know that you had? Let's see what his energy is though now. Sure thing, Nat. Sorry about this. Yeah, after the moon eclipse, I hope my relationship aspects will improve for this year. I think the whole of September is going to be pretty intense from the research that I've done. And I mean, particularly for Pisces and Virgo, kind of a hell-raising time, but ultimately transformative. So, but I think that the energy is quite intense for everyone. Let's have a look at B's energy. Ooh, how nice, Samreen. Really lovely energy. That's nice. Knows what he wants in life. That's what we want. More of that, please. But look, Knight of Emotions, Knight of Cups. You know, in a love reading, Samreen, this is always nice to see. This is someone who has something to offer. Yeah, has romantic feelings. Has an open heart, yeah, like they're not, you know, lots of people in love connections, it can be that you know that you get so many roadblocks in some ways with people because they're kind of, their heart space is closed. They aren't freed up in that area. They maybe have trouble expressing their feelings and being vulnerable. And this person, so B, how they're feeling now, how they're feeling towards you, Samreen, is open, is being prepared to be vulnerable. The Knight comes towards you. Yeah, they are coming towards you with an offering of love, of romance. All that you need to do, Samreen, is there is a sense of, because this is water energy, is we need to go with the flow. We need to let it unfold. We need to not get too kind of forceful about things, yeah? But that's really nice confirmation there, Samreen, okay? They may be romantic as well by nature, you know. You might have, they might be coming through with romantic gestures as well. Yes, transformative, Nat, exactly. An intense but transformative period. Let's have a look at anything else from B that we need to know about this connection, Spirit, for Samreen. Oh, 2 cards here. So, this is interesting. This is the kind of your energy, I feel like, Samreen. Like at some point you'll be faced with a choice, with a kind of a crossroads. Maybe you're even feeling that now, because the 2 of Voices is kind of this crossed sword energy, yeah? And it's it can get our head in a scramble, okay, that we feel undecided. I wondered if this is your ex's energy coming in to kind of mess with you, because it feels like it's at some point, maybe in the future, that there'll be a kind of fork in the road situation, fork in the road choice, where we kind of have to, at least even maybe emotionally, kind of go for the plunge and commit to B maybe, and maybe kind of leaving the ex's energy behind. That's just one way. It doesn't have to manifest in that way, but you will be faced with faced with a decision that will kind of get you in a bit of a headspace, like in your head. Stay grounded, use your intuition always during this time, because ultimately that choice, you know, this head scramble, this fork in the road moment, is about this 8 of Emotions, which is about walking away from something, somebody that no longer serves you, that is no longer emotionally fulfilling for you, and going for better, asking for better. That's me stuck in the past and wants to move away from X. Yeah, I agree, Samreen. And what you are trying to do through, you know, this energy that you've shifted up, like you've been brave and you've got back out there and you've made new connections and you're moving the situation forward. Yeah, you are intentionally moving the situation forward. And this is all about walking away from what no longer like I say, what no longer is emotionally fulfilling and what doesn't serve us. So continue to do that. Look, there's the eclipse as well. So maybe this again, this time, this sort of the energies at this current time are significant, you know, and this is an opportunity to do things differently and to walk a different path. So nice messages, Samreen. Your bravery of going for more is apparent, and B's energy feels really good, feels nice. That will be another question, Samreen, so I'll do that next session maybe. But next up we have Nat Nat, my love. If you want to go ahead and post your question. I am intrigued. Share as little or as much as you like about how Sunday went. I hope it was a positive experience. If anything changed, if anything was different after, if anything came of it. I'm glad that resonates, Samreen. Question: who is coming towards me with stable offer? FYI, I decided to cut ties with my past. Okay. Is that after Sunday? Yes, keep it for the next round, Samreen. Spirit, can we get an energetic signature on a stable offer of love for Nat Nat? T. I like that, T. He didn't follow up and I didn't either. So that death card was definitely to end a cycle, especially on Sunday. So does that mean, did you meet and then there was no follow-up, or you didn't meet? The death card was the end of a cycle, okay. Stable offer, Spirit. Emperor energy. That's nice to see. Ah, we didn't meet. Ah. It's not the first time he disrespected my time. Yes. Not good. Not good, hey? Well, like you say, that death card. Okay, so let's have a look at future energies. Who's coming in next? We have this powerful Emperor card. So this is someone who doesn't mess around, yeah? The Emperor card is the boss card of the deck. The Emperor card is someone who knows what they want. they are very skilled at, they are like a very skilled leader. Generally, they will be successful in probably in their line of work, that they are ambitious, that they may have manage a team. And they're really good at this as well, okay? There's lots of managers, obviously, and leaders out there who can't lead, but this Emperor energy is someone who, you know, like what it's interesting that you use that word stable, okay? And this is stability because it's earth energy, it's grounded energy, it's someone who can be lent on. They can be, their shadow side is that they can be a bit controlling, and they like to be in control, and they need to kind of like loosen up a bit in some ways, and not like micromanage, yeah. But when they're in their thriving, this is someone who will show up for you and will bring something to the table. Ready to release, yeah. And 3 of materials, so more earth energy, more stability, more grounded. So there is a lot of that, okay? Someone who has got themselves together, yeah? So they could be financially comfortable. They are, they've lived a life and they've kind of know what they want. But the 3 materials is again about kind of knowing what you want, but it's about having that maturity as well to work it out and work it through. So if we have differences, which we all do, you know, different ways of approaching a situation, different ideas about how the best ways to go about it, then they are, the 3 materials is like a very teamwork, very collaborative kind of energy. So that doesn't throw them off. You know, a lot of people, if we're not kind of always on the same page in a love relationship, it kind of freaks them out. This doesn't really throw them off. So there's a real maturity here, particularly with this Emperor. So they could be older than you, or certainly an old soul, yeah. Last card about for you, Nat, kind of maybe if there's anything that you need to be focusing on now. It sounds like, you know, you've made that choice to release him, because I know that that's come up a few times for you about not giving your energy away to those, not giving your energy away to those that don't value it or appreciate it or aren't in a space to receive it. Yeah, more materials here as well. So A materials is about putting your energy into things of value. Again, focusing your hard work, your Virgo energy as well. Materials, earth, grounded, of creating something of value, creating something, being careful and intentional about where you put your energy. You know, as well, like your work, your career, the home, kind of surrounding yourself as well with beautiful things and working on that route as well. Maybe that's somewhere to focus your energy, but also in the area of relationships, about we're trying to create something beautiful here and something of value. You know, you've got a lot on your plate in as well. So be mindful about where you put your energy. Nana says, yeah, I had half boundaries and now the wall is completely up. You know, when a Virgo gets there, you know, we've got quite a lot of give Virgos because we are caring by nature, you know, and we are a fixer. So we like to solve problems, and that includes people. But when we hit that wall, that is it. There is a certainty about that. So it feels like the right next step, yeah. You are really busy, Nat. Yeah, so your energy is precious, yeah. All our energy is precious, but when you're busy and you haven't got much spare time, we don't want time wasters. Okay, I hope that resonated, Nat Nat. Yeah, I know. It's not our responsibility to be fixers, but that's something about our karma, yeah? Someone has to be, hey? Nat Nat, someone has to be. So, Priya, my love, are you here? Please go ahead and post. We have Priya, then we have Sarah. Thank you, Priya. What is coming from Mrs. Vinod Punia to me with regards to job in future? Tell me a bit more about this, Priya, what you mean, just so I know what I'm looking at. Who is this Mrs. Vinoy to you? Are you looking for work from her? Yes, why not a Virgo, says Nat Nat. So, Sarah, if you're here, please go ahead and post your question. A reminder just to provide context, provide detail of your questions, so it allows me to connect with your energy. Okay, so Vinod is a principal of the school. You want a job in her school. Okay. So I don't do yes/no questions, but we can look at the energy surrounding this. About you getting a job at that school. Ooh, the Hierophant. This is her energy. This is your energy. Okay, so the Hierophant is, it's a very, this person, okay, their energy is, in order to get what we want, Priya, is like, we have to play by the rules, okay? We have to approach this person with a lot of respect in a way, okay? They have a very traditional approach about things, and they like things done the right way, okay? And there is a pathway forward here for you to connect with this person. There is an energetic connection going on here. But yeah, we must kind of approach with respect. We must go through the traditional channels. So I don't know if there's obviously a job opportunity come up that you've actually, been able to fill in an application and approach, or how this job might come about. Obviously, I don't know the ins and outs of that. But if we get to the stage where we can talk to the principal, where we can meet with them, interview with them, approach with a lot of respect, be formal, okay? It may take patience as well. The Hierophant energy is about doing things step by step, okay? So we have to go A, B, C. We can't go from A to F, and miss out any steps in the middle. So I hope this is resonating. Anything else? I'll pull one more card. See if there's anything else that we need to know. But yeah, it feels like I keep hearing like this is respect, like it's, this person is big on respect. So sort of tread with caution, don't get too pushy. Don't try to rush this. When you're having dealings with her, keep it pretty formal. We too have two inspiration here, which is like a breakthrough moment is on the horizon here, Priya. So if you can take this approach of the Hierophant, if you can hold the line and kind of play your part in this role and show up how is needed, then we do see breakthrough happening with this two of inspiration, because two of inspiration is about ambitions. It's about the realization of our ambitions. And this is after maybe setbacks, or maybe after feeling like you haven't been able to make much progress, then this is like a breakthrough moment here, and we kind of can see the path forward. Yeah, there is some kind of traction that is gained here, and we can see the future and begin to kind of plan. So gently, patience, step by step, play the long game, Priya, with this one. I hope that resonated. Okay, thank you for posting, Sarah. So Sarah asks, so you were right when you said the connection still had a chance of healing when we were in no contact. So we started talking again in August. Though we met this September and had a good time. Not dating yet though. Awesome. I'm glad that you've had that progress and that materialized. Yes, Priya, patience. So Sarah says, my question, what are feelings and next actions of my love interest C towards me? Absolutely. Let's see what's coming next, Sarah, for you. Oh, you're welcome, Priya. Okay, so let's see. Feelings, next actions from CE towards Sarah, please, Spirit. Are you feeling better now that we've had this breakthrough? Yeah. They are, Sarah, they are into this. They are feeling passionate. They're feeling driven. The Knight of Inspiration or the Knight of Wands is they want progress with this connection, okay, Sarah? Can you see how this horse is charging towards you? We have like explosive fireworks. Almost like the message with this is that it's like we need to kind of ground this energy and slow it down. Sometimes it can, the emotions can get carried away and too big. When it's like the Knight of Inspiration, it's like they get a little bit into, you know, they act first and then they think like later. But what I would say is that you don't need to doubt their feelings and their passions and their attraction to you. They want to move this forward, okay? They want to progress this. They are back in the game with this one, okay? I'm going to pull another card because I'm nosy and I just want to dig a little bit deeper into this for you, Sarah. So even though, yeah, I mean, you're doing the right thing, I think, you're just talking again, okay? So you met in September, you had a good time, but you're not dating yet. So I would say, even though things might pick up speed, they might kick into gear and start expressing wanting to move things forward fast. I would say try to temper that a bit. Enjoy the attention, enjoy the warmth and the passion of that, but don't jump in. I'm just saying this to kind of protect your energy. Try to slow that down. Yeah. Ace of Voices is a new start, is a fresh start. We have the Wise Owl here as well, and it's about, I think your focus, Sarah, is to communicate with truth, okay? Swords or Voices is all about truth and being committed to that and not shying away from that, okay? It's kind of let's get on the right foot here. I don't know why this originally broke down. I'm sorry if you told me before, but there's something around what is important this time, Sarah, is to keep communication channels open and clear. And that's on both sides, okay? So that's something that you can do and that you can lead with. Just be honest, okay? And lead with honesty and be clear about what you want. And, you know, if you need time, if you want to take it slow and kind of have boundaries and make sure that we are both being open about what we want. It's nice energy too. It's like a fresh start when we see the Ace of Voices. There is an opportunity here for a fresh start. So I hope that resonated. So next up we have Devea. Hey, Divine Timing. I'm sorry, my love. Yes, I did call you, but it was a while back now. Catch us on Wednesday. What day is it today? Monday. Yes, so catch us. I will be back on Wednesday if you want to catch us then. Devea, my love, are you here? You're welcome, Sarah. So, last who's on the list, I will just post. Thank you, Devea. Devea asks, hi, advice about visiting my home country, please. I'm wondering if I should go this month or if it's okay to go later. I have to take care of some things there. So I don't do timelines, JB. So if you want to rephrase that question, I can look at love if you're single and or if you're in a situationship, if you want to look at a certain person or see what you need to focus on maybe to bring in your soulmate. Devea, this is for you. Let's have a look at the energy around visiting your home country. Yay or nay? I mean, I don't do, yes, I say yay or nay, but we'll have a look at the energy. Strength. The question, Devea, I wonder, do you want to go? Just wondering why this has come through. Is this something you want to do, or is it a chore? Strength card can sometimes talk about boundaries and, you know, making the right decision for yourself. So let me know on that. So I think the message here, Devea, is that you've got to do what's right for you, okay? So if you have to take care of some things there, which is fine, which, you know, it has to be done. But I feel like you have to do it on, I don't know if you're getting pressure from other people to do this now and that there's this kind of sense of urgency, but a strength card is about doing like the right thing, not always the easy thing. And the muse of inspiration, it's more like a chore at this point, yeah. So the muse of inspiration, or the King of Wands, is about you taking control of the situation. Maybe it's like, you know, because this is disruptive to your life, Devaya. This is taking out time, money, I imagine, you know, to do this. And sometimes, you know, we've got to do these things that we don't want to do, but we don't have to, like, if there's maybe something that is like saying, right, like putting pressure on you and to create a sense of urgency, and maybe, I don't know if there's some level of not understanding what this takes from you, okay? So I hope this is resonating, but I feel like that both these cards is about taking control of the situation and doing what's right for you and putting yourself first, Devaya. So go with that. Like, if you need more time, you know, it doesn't fit in with this month, you need more planning, we need to schedule in a time when it works best for you, do that, okay? Set some boundaries, take the lead. King of Wands is all about taking control and driving this situation and kind of saying, hey, you know, we don't have to do it in a bad way or an angry way, we just do it in a way that says this is how it's going to be, this is how it's going to happen. So that is the message, that is the advice, Devaya, is if we have to do this, then do it at least when it's most convenient to you. And also maybe ask the question, okay, do we have to go? I know you've got stuff to do, maybe you do have to go there, but is it urgent? Do we have to do it? This is just stuff, you know, tell what resonates, leave what doesn't, because sometimes we can get bogged down in responsibilities and then we're not actually obligated, really. We don't owe anyone anything, but tell what resonates, leave what doesn't with that. Do what's right for you. That is the strong message there, Devaya. Do it when it's right for you, if you have to go. Okay, so JB, like I say, if you want to rephrase your question, because I don't do timelines, it's not how I read the tarot. Who and when will I meet my true soulmate? So, you know, this isn't, like I say, it's just not how I read the tarot. We can look at energies around love. So you said your question, how does Gemini feel towards me? Who is this Gemini, okay? Like I say, I'm an energy reader, so provide context, provide detail. It allows me to give you a meaningful reading, okay? I'll read for Danny whilst you're rephrasing your question, okay, JB? And Machi, please go ahead and post your question if you are here. So Danny Baby says, I'm in a committed relationship, but the attraction fluctuates. Is this your Aries? Danny Baby, anyway, I'll read the question in full. Mostly because there are things that are deal breakers and he's working on them, and that's good. However, the Pisces is trying to see me. Okay. He arouses me and it leaves me confused. Sigh. I almost cheated, but my partner is too nice and very willing to work on himself. Why is this happening? Oh, Danny. Danny. Greg the Aries. Again, Machi, tell me more about who this David is to you so that I can give you a meaningful reading. Let's dig into this, Danny, okay? I'm going to look at the energies first between you and your Aries and see what the advice is around this, okay? You know what? Anyway, I'm going to keep for now, I'll keep my thoughts out of this. Let's see what Spirit has to say. This card has come up today. Again, this is the collective energy. For you, Danny, Major Arcana. Okay, so something is rising up in you. Okay, so why this the Pisces has why this kind of attraction and this temptation has come in. Okay, there is an awakening happening in many ways. He upsets me and he doesn't turn me on because of all the things that need work on. I don't know, it's weird. No, Danny, it isn't weird. It makes perfect sense, okay? So I think this is your needs, your wants. It's a major arcana rising up in you, awakening in you, okay? And I think the desire and the need really for needing more. Because someone can be, we're often sold this, okay, about like the nice guy. And if someone, just because someone is not treating us badly or is not, you know, lying to us, you know, is working on themselves, if they're kind of doing supposedly the kind of right things, the ticky box, and they're a nice guy, this doesn't mean that they are enough for us or that they are right for us, okay? And sometimes it can kind of drive you a little bit crazy to be with a nice guy and to feel like we can often start thinking, what's wrong with me? But you know, you have spoke about, you know, this time and another time how those deal breakers that maybe he's not able to step up in the way that you need, and you did, you know, they are deal breakers, so that's very real. So he is letting you down, which does affect, you know, how we are attracted to someone. It's a big turn off, you know, if someone is letting us down. So why it's happening, the question, you know, why are you being tempted in a way? It's because life comes to seek us out to say, you know, like, don't give up on your passions, don't give up on raising the bar and maybe settling. 10 of Inspiration is about coming to the end of a cycle, I suppose, Danny, about, I feel like something's got to give in some ways. 10 of Inspiration or 10 of Wands is when we've been carrying like a heavy load on our back, which I know that you have with your circumstances. Like, you're doing a lot of work on yourself. You've made huge shifts and transformations in your life, your living situation that you're trying to make better, but it's challenging. It's like you've had a lot on your plate, okay? And the 10 of Wands is like when we get to this end of the cycle and we are burnt out, okay? We are weary. We are kind of frazzled. And it's like we've got to release some burden, okay? Something's got to give. And I do wonder if this, you know, it's free will, it's your choice about, you know, if you want to still put work into this, but reflecting on how much has this become a burden, this relationship, more than a support. I'll pull one more. And it's not to say that the Pisces is, you know, the one or someone that is a connection. Maybe it's just a physical thing, but it's kind of like a reminder of, like I say, our passions, and a reflection maybe of how you feel stifled and dissatisfied is the word, yeah? It's really a tricky situation. Maybe hard to know when to pull the trigger of, you know, how much can you wait for someone? How much rope do you give someone to step up? Danny says it's a physical thing, but what he gives me, I wish my current partner would. Yeah, the passion is missing. And you know, like in a love relationship, the lack of passion. Oh, here we go. There's your Pisces, which is the page of inspiration, which is all that passion, that fire, that explosive energy. You know, you've got a lot of that in you, Danny, as well. Like all this is your energy, I feel like this vibrant hair, you know, with a, like, you are multifaceted. You have a lot of fire in you, okay? A lot of drive, a lot of passion. And I think you do need someone who can match you with that, yeah? It's important to you. It's a necessity, yeah? We need to tap into our high priestess energy, which is, it's your intuition, Danny baby. Your intuition is trying to speak to you all the time. You are an intuitive person. Can we take some time out to pray, to meditate, to quiet the noise, to listen to that high priestess so that you can gain some clarity? Okay? Meditate on this relationship, meditate on the connection. Your higher self will communicate clearly about what the next step is. Believe me, you will, if you can. How do you tap into your intuition? Whatever it is, it might not be meditation. It might be listening to some music that you love. It might be, for some people, it can be doing art. For some people, it could be taking a walk in nature, connecting with nature. For others, it can be meditation. But to get some clarity, to get that voice, you know, to listen to that voice inside, if we are feeling confused, which I feel like you are confused, let's try to slow things down and do that. But I hope that answers your question kind of as to why this happens. I feel like it's saying don't forget your passion. You are that person. And the universe, spirit doesn't want you to kind of give up on that and sacrifice that. Maybe this relationship has, only you can decide, okay, but is this relationship become more of a burden than a benefit? Something to think of, yeah? I hope that resonated. Difficult situation. But you know, like I say, just because someone is a nice guy doesn't mean that they're necessarily right for us. Okay, so I will read for, has JB, do you want to tell me more about the Gemini, JB? If you want a reading on that, I'll read for Matchy in the meantime. Not sure if you're still here. So Matchy says, how does David feel about me compared to other women in his circle? So let's miss out the bit about comparing yourself to others. I would say let's see how David feels about you is more helpful, okay? He's a guy that you like a lot. So what's important is kind of the connection between you and him, Matchy. So I think that would be the most useful and how I would read the tarot. What's it? Comparison is the, I can't remember. Something about, anyway, we shouldn't be comparing ourselves to others. It is not helpful. So Matchy, this is for you. let's have a look at Davy's feelings towards you. Ooh, nice. For inspiration, there is a lot of good energy in this card, Matchy, okay? Nice feelings. Look at all these pinks, these oranges. Pay attention to the colours with these cards always, okay? And there is something like potential here for stability, for growth in this, for this relationship to deepen, say, okay? Because it is a card of celebration and it's actually a card of commitment. So all those things are worth noting, okay? It's interesting though that we said, isn't it, about the comparison, but there is, the spirit has a sense of humor, yeah, because there is like a group here, isn't there? There is a group here. I think that's because that's kind of like maybe has a more of a healing energy, and like you see, I release all forms of comparison. That is a great affirmation for you to embody. I think it will help this connection with you and David, like we said. So try to not view them as competition, but rather that there's also some good energy to be gained maybe in that group scenario. But I'm going to pull you another card as well. But this is a card of celebration. There is good feelings here. So this is how he feels, okay? But it's also, there is a stability here, and there is, it's grounded. And that means that it's genuine. Ooh, how nice. And then just to completely blow this out the water as something really positive, we have the Major Arcana, the Sun card, Matchy. So this is the happiest card in the deck. So there is joy here. There is more of this warmth, this happiness. So that's, you know, that is doubling down on this good energy. So try to enjoy it, you know, follow, let this unfold. Follow the good vibes on this, yeah? If you're feeling this strong attraction to them, you've got a connection. I don't know how long you've been connected, how long this has been going on, but their feelings towards you are super positive. So kind of know that, internalize that. Work on your manifestations. If you want this connection to grow and to blossom, try to embody and visualize the kind of how you want this to play out, yeah? How you want this to unfold. I don't know if you already practice manifestation, but if we're in this kind of waiting period and wanting a connection to deepen, it's very valuable to use this time to visualize and meditate the outcome that we desire and the outcome that we want and how we want this to play out, how we want this to go. I'm glad this resonated, Matchy. Really super positive reading there. You've been manifesting. Awesome. Keep doing that. It's working. Yeah? Yes, manifesting all the good energies possible. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to end the live here, guys. Thank you all so much for joining today's live. I hope the messages you received brought you clarity, peace for the days ahead. Remember, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and always trust your own inner guidance. I'll be back on the next live on Wednesday, so keep an eye out on the community page for the schedule and updates, everything you'll find on the community page. Also check out the new community tab, which is available on mobile apps where you can post as well, which is pretty exciting. So we build our community and a kind of a forum space. But until then, be kind to yourselves, keep centering your energy and stay open to the guidance around you, sending you love and light. Take care.